Well, hello there, friends. So today, look what we're working on. It's like an ATV seat for a young girl. They dropped this off here. So what she wants is she wants a green seat cover. So this is going to be pretty basic, about as basic as you can get. Probably the easiest type of seat that you can do because there's no sewing involved. You're not going to see me on the sewing machine on this one because there's no seams anywhere. This is a single wrap. So let's get started. Well, we get to start by taking off all these staples. It's a good place to start. Let's get rid of this old cover here. Like I said, this is going to be one of our easiest ones to do here. The hardest part really is the staples here. You know, you have this little seat and you have 100 something staples. I'd be exaggerating, I guess, if I said 200, right? But there's a lot. I guess I want to make sure that this cover is not going to come flying off the seat. So they do a very thorough job putting on these staples, because once it leaves the factory, they don't care who's going to work on it in the future. So they put a bunch. So I think I'm going to opt for trying to take the shortcut. Instead of saying shortcut, let's just say we're going to be more efficient. So I think what I will do is take a razor blade. Just cut off the old one. Let's see if this speeds things up a little bit. Okay. Ouch, that one got me. That doesn't happen too often, but I guess it could happen. Sometimes if we're lucky, if the vinyl's not too old, you can just pull on it and everything will come off. Kind of like that. That's what I'm hoping for. But if it's old and brittle, it'll just tear. That's the way I like it. Oh, there it goes. It's tearing. I knew it was too good. Now I'm a little afraid of these staples. Well, getting close now. Okay, so usually what I'll do is I'll take out the loose staples, the ones that are sticking up. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. What do you think? Now let's see what we have here for material. So, I guess I was wrong. She did say turquoise. They wanted like a turquoise. So this is what we got right there. It is called Heidi Marine Peacock. Wow, look at that. Pretty crazy. So what I'm going to do, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to kind of make a pattern. What we had here is, as you remember, I cut it on the inside right here. So it won't hurt to add a few extra inches on the outside. So I think I'm just going to take this big chunk of vinyl right here. Yep. And that's what's going to cover this. But wait, we're not ready yet. Because I got to do some foam repair. But that's kind of what it'll look like right there. That'll fit. That'll work. Okay, so let's work on some foam repair. Right here. So there's not really any foam missing here, it's just split. So I'm just gonna spray some glue in there. Put that back together. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of my bulletproof 1/4 inch scrim right here. If you take a look at that backing right there, it's like really good stuff. You can't put like a pencil or a pen, you can't poke it. You can't poke a hole through it. It's really good stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cover this whole seat. I think that looks pretty good right there. Like you always hear me say, it's not rocket science. And it doesn't have to be exactly pretty or perfect. It just has to be right. Okay. We'll go ahead and cover this first. So what I do is I put the fabric backing on the outside because it's actually slippery. So that way later on when I go to put the cover on, it's going to have a nice slippery slide to it. There's not that much friction. Okay, let's go ahead and get her glued up. So I put some protection down here so I don't get overspray all over my table. Let's see, make sure that's the right one. Okay, I guess I got to flip it around. Yep, that's much better. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start gluing it. So I'm just going to do my 50-50 method. I'm folding this in half. We'll just do half at a time. So we don't really have to glue the main surface area. What's most important is the edges. It doesn't matter if it's floating on the top. Now we'll take the rear half. Always find your center first, right? That works. Let's go ahead and do the other half. Yeah, it looks like center. Okay, so what we're going to want to do, because they have this little valley right here, is I'm going to want to pull the material this way, just like that. Look at that. Wow. If you notice, I didn't let this glue dry for 10 or 15 minutes like the YouTube experts say. You know why? Because we're gluing foam to foam. It's soft to soft, not hard to soft. Like if you're gluing foam down to hard plastic, okay, well you want the plastic side to sit for 5 or 10 minutes for sure. But when you're doing soft to soft, like foam to foam, there's no waiting. Look at that. Okay, now we'll just trim this one out. What I do is I like to leave it a little bit long so that way it kind of wraps itself over that edge of the plastic right there. I think I'm going to use the razor blade for this one. Leave it just a little long. I don't know, what's that, 3/4 of an inch or something? That way you don't get that sharp plastic edge. So I guess now's a good time for a good little shout out. Just got off the phone a little bit earlier with Dan in North Florida. He wanted a personal phone consultation. So if you want your own personal phone consultation, you just click on that QR code, or you can do the QR code or click on the links right there for the Buy Me a Coffee.
If you find value in my upholstery tutorials, now is an easier way to contribute to my YouTube channel. Buy a coffee by scanning this QR code now. Thank you.
And if you have any upholstery questions or you need help with something, they're right there on the phone with you. So I just got off the phone with him, spent over a half hour, and he was very generous with his contribution. Thank you, Dan. I really appreciate you. Okay, that's looking pretty good. What do you think? Okay. So before we get started, I was going to make sure that we're using the stainless, right? Stainless staples. Right there. Okay. Stainless for our marine applications and other exterior applications. So we'll take our vinyl. It's a nice big hunk of vinyl. Just make sure that it's fairly centered so we don't come up short on one side. Okay, we always start in the center. Okay, double check. Looks pretty good. So I'm just going to set it on the back. Let's go over to the front. It's looking pretty good. So this is just one tack right there. Now we're going to go ahead and work on the sides. So if you have a heat gun's going to be your friend. The heat gun's not going to be your enemy unless if you burn your vinyl. Get it nice and hot. So you want to get it hot enough to where you're not actually going to be burning it. So it's got to be nice and hot. Like really too hot for the touch. Yeah, it's pretty warm. So let's go ahead, pull that down. All we need is one tack here. We'll do the other side. Let's go ahead and pull this one. Make sure that you're pulling it So that way there's not going to be any wrinkles. I guess I need to pull it tighter than that. Let's see. Remember I was telling you about the slipperiness? Just like that. Okay. Pull extra tight. Put one tack. Okay. See how that migrates? Just like that. Look at that. So that's what you want. You want this to be able to move. That's why you don't glue the vinyl down to the foam. One of our viewers, he glued his cover down to the foam. I don't know how he did that, but he did. So let's go ahead and work on our four corners now. And now we can pull this corner. Look at that. Tack that. Okay. Let's do this one. Pull this corner. Let's tack that. Okay, now other corners. We'll get this corner here real nice and warm. See, because you can see that big old wrinkle right there. We're going to be pulling on that. That way we don't get a wrinkle. See that right there? Pull it out. Okay, do this other corner. Okay, let's get this. Pull this corner. Like that. Just tack it down. Okay, now let's get this corner here nice and warm. Okay, got a little bit extra material right there. Warm that up. This goes underneath that handle there. Yeah. Look at that. Okay. That was most of the hard part there. So the other hard part is the front here. So I have a lot of extra material here. So I think I'm going to get rid of some of that. Now that I got a pretty good idea of the shape. Let's get rid of some of that bulk. Okay, now let's go ahead and heat this up. This heat gun here, it feels really nice in the winter, but in the summer, it's another story, isn't it? Okay, pull that. The only thing you have to be careful is when the vinyl is hot, it's a lot easier for the staple to go right through the vinyl. Okay. Oh, you just saw my lights flicker. I got my generator going today. As you know, a lot of you know, I'm off grid here. So it was cloudy all morning and hot, so I used a lot of electricity but no sun to recharge my batteries. So I'm using my generator today so I can make this video for you. Okay, so the corner, I usually put something like that there. Something like this here. And then just pull this corner like that. Okay, now we got the corner. Do the same here. Oh, it's hot. Okay. Just like that. Okay, now I think we're about ready to fill in the sides. It's all fitting pretty good. It's pretty tight. But we can go tighter. Okay. You can see that what I'm doing is I'm migrating the vinyl to the edge like this. That makes it nice and tight. Oh, now out of staples. Happens sometimes. Okay, got that. Oh, am I done? Am I done? I think I could probably put in a few extras. Just that way the cover doesn't come flying off. Okay, so now we got to trim off all the excess. Take a razor blade or scissors. This one here is a little tricky. So we got the handle, these scissors. Okay. Just continue here. Got a loose staple. That's why I put an extra one. do this side. Okay, I guess that's it. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Well, my friends, until next time, we'll see ya. If you like this video, you'll really like the next one.